Well, I was doing a lot of kickboxing back in the late 80s, early 90s. And I stopped, I actually stopped around 1990 because I got my second concussion and the doctor ordered me. I had to stop any kind of heavy sparring and stuff. But I was still training a lot. And a friend of mine took me down to a dojo in Torrance, California. And he said, you need to come train. I know you're doing a lot of kickboxing, but you need to come train jiu-jitsu. And I said, I've studied some jiu-jitsu. He goes, no, you never studied Gracie jiu-jitsu. So he took me to a dojo in Torrance and he introduced me to a young man that walked out about an inch taller than me, but very thin, like 175 pounds or so. Very, very nice. Very young, too, like maybe 20, 21 years old at the time. And he said to me, oh, I understand you're kickboxing. Come with me. So he takes me into a room and he closes the door and it's all padded. It's a dojo room. And he says, let's spar. Come at me. Take my head off. And I said, do you want me to put on some gloves? He said, no, come at me. Come at me. So I went at him. Threw a couple punches, he gets underneath my punches, takes me down in a side choke, starts choking me. I'm starting to go out. He goes, tap, tap, tap. So I tap, and I remember he stood up and he straightened up his gi and he said, see, isn't it nice not to get hit in the face? And that was Royce Gracie. And 2 years later, Royce Gracie came out at UFC 1 with his arms on the back of his brothers and his whole family. And I was with my family at the time, and I turned to him and I said, watch. I said, these guys have no idea what this skinny kid is going to do to them. And lo and behold, we all know the rest, right? He went on to win the whole thing. So I could say that I actually had a touch with, I actually met Royce Gracie before this whole thing started. So that's why I truly believed in it from the day one. That's one of the key reasons.